Hi, I'm Rui from BlinkingCarrot.com, and today I want to talk to you about a library called Electron CGI. What Electron CGI enables is sending requests from Node that will be handled in .NET, and it makes doing this real easy. To show you how easy, I'm gonna do it from scratch right now. And to do it, I'm gonna start by creating a Node project that I'm gonna call Electron CGI Node Demo. I'm gonna install Electron CGI npm package, and I'm gonna open code in this folder. I'm gonna create an index.js file. And first thing we need to do is grab a connection builder from Electron CGI and create a connection. I'm going to connect to .NET. So that's the command, .NET run project, and a project that we haven't created yet that I'm going to call Electron CGI.NET demo. I'm going to say I want to build. I'm also going to say that I want to be notified when the connection is lost. I'm just going to write to the terminal connection between node. I'm going to send now a request to be handled in .NET for a greeting. I'm going to pass in my name, and I'm going to write to the console the response that I get. And as soon as this happens, I'm also going to close the connection. So that's all you have to do in Node to send a request to a .NET executable. So now I'm going to create that .NET executable, .NET new console, which is a console app, and I called it Electron CGI .NET demo. I need to add the Electron CGI.NET NuGet package. I'm going to open code in this folder, open the program CS file, get rid of all console write lines, and create a connection here as well. Bring in the namespace. I want to say that I want to have logging and build a connection. Now I just need to say that I'm expecting requests with a string argument that return a string of type greeting, and I'm just going to return hello name. Simple as that. And I want to say that I want to be listening for connections. That's all I need to do. Now I can come back to the Node project and say I want to run index.js. And that greeting request was just served by the .NET project. To show you how you can iterate using Electron CGI while you're developing, let me just make here a simple change on the .NET project, and I'm going to run it again. And the reason why I got the request or the response from the updated .NET project is because I made the connection using .NET run, which will detect any pending changes and compile the code before running it. So you actually don't need to go in and compile the .NET code. You can just make the changes and then run from Node. So that's all you need to be able to interact from Node with the .NET application using Electron CGI. Before I go, I just wanted to show you two simple projects that use Electron CGI. The first one is a simple calculator where every operation is handled by .NET code. So all of this UI, the button presses, everything is actually running in an Electron app. But when I click equals, a request is being sent to .NET, and the result is actually computed on a .NET application. Let me show you how that looks like. First, in the Node side of things, so it's simpler, similar to what we've seen. Create a connection. There's here a nuance when it disconnects, it tries to reconnect again. So if there's any crash, it just recreates the connection. And then there's a few functions here for the operation. So if it's a sum, it will send a request for a sum request type with the arguments of num1 and num2. And then it just updates the UI with the result that it gets from .NET. The .NET code is also pretty simple. It just registers event handlers for sum, subtraction, multiplication, and division. In some cases, it uses the dynamic keyword so that there's no need to create a class when the request argument is a complex type, although you can also create a class if you want. It will work both ways. And this demo intentionally has a bug. So if I divide by 0, it's going to fail and it's going to restart. So we have a connection again. We can continue using, and it didn't lose state in this case because the state is being maintained on the Node side of things. Although if the state was maintained on .NET, we would have just lost it. But that's not what I wanted to show you. I actually wanted to show you the log file. So this log entry got created when I divided by 0. Let me show that again. And this log file will have all the information you need to figure out what went wrong. In this case, I made a request type of division that failed, and the reason why it failed is because I tried to divide by 0. And right now, this is how errors are handled or surfaced using Electron CGI. Maybe this is not the best approach in the world. Probably going forward, those or definitely going forward, those will eventually be surfaced in Node when you register the callback for the request type that you sent. The other app that I wanted to show you is a more complicated one. It uses Electron as well, but the UI was built using Angular, and the .NET application is using Entity Framework to talk to a Postgres database. So let me show you how that looks like and what you can expect in terms of performance. So after this starts up, this is querying a database with a few thousand records. Actually, let me show you. How many records? 48,000. On every keystroke, it's actually sending a request from Node to .NET that then uses Entity Framework to query Postgres, and it's pretty fast. There's two request types in this application, one for getting all events filtered and another one for getting the details of a particular event. I'll just quickly show you how the .NET side of things looks, because that's the most interesting one, because it takes advantage of async handlers. So in this case, it defines three request types, which is alive, which is just a trick that you can use if you want to know that the connection is created, or when the connection is created. And then there's these two events.getAll, where it showcases that you can use async, and then it just queries the database and sends back a few fields, and then the get a specific event which returns a little bit more data. So that's it. That's all that I have to show you. You can see that in terms of performance, it's pretty good. Feels pretty snappy, as any full desktop app. And that's it. Thanks for watching.